Hello everybody. Uh, just wanted to talk about rebuilding brakes here and the truth and reality behind, why most people's brakes don't want to work right. The pads don't want to adjust right. They wear out. One side's hitting the metal, and one pad might be hitting the inside of the metal over here on the rotor. This pad here on the outside's still good. And I've done hundreds of brake jobs. I used to work at different shops and dealers for a living, and I've run across this 9 out of 10 times. Okay, you take your car to a garage dealer, it doesn't matter. They don't pull these out and they don't grease them. Okay, and then these are your adjusters, your sliders, so your brake pads can feed into the rotor when they start to wear, when they can adjust themselves and feed in correctly. I see this on 90% of brake jobs I do, at least. And this was probably never greased the whole time this car's been going down the road. And this was seized in there pretty good. I had to fight it to get it out, and you can see there's no grease on there. It's rusted up pretty well, but how many people of you out there, oh, you love this garage, you love this mechanic, and you're paying, close to $100 an hour, $100 an hour or more to have brakes installed on your car, and, they're slackers. 90% of these guys out here are slackers because they're too damn lazy to pull these out and grease them. And I also see a lot of the times brake pads, see, it needs to fall right out in your hand just like that. It needs to slide in there. These all need to be greased, your contact points. And a lot of these pads we're getting from these auto parts stores, they have slag from the machining process right around the edge here that you have to take a grinder and clean that off. And a lot of these slackers out here will put that in there and hammer that pad in there, and it's in there tight. It's not going to adjust right. It's not going to slide and adjust and feed itself right correctly into that rotor. So it's going to hang up, it's going to waste your fuel, it's going to overheat your pad, it's going to wear your pad down a lot faster. And these guys at these garages, or whoever run these garages, really don't care, because you're going to have to bring it back sooner to have pads done on it. I've had brake pads last on a vehicle for 5-6 years now if they're done correctly, and you take care of your vehicle and you're not driving around like an idiot. Gas brake everywhere you go. But it's just ridiculous out here anymore. I mean, people pay top dollar, and you're taking it to a slacker that can't even pull these out and put fresh grease on them. They can't even clean the slag off of here. It takes 2 minutes to clean the slag off the pad before you install it, and grease these contact points here, and grease your sliders before you put it all back together. And I see that on 90% of vehicles going down the road. I've done hundreds of brake jobs, and it's getting ridiculous out here. I see it all the time. So just think about who you're taking your vehicle to have brakes done on it, and when these don't adjust correctly and your pad's hanging up here and this is seized, you're losing, you could be losing most of your braking power going into this rotor, which is dangerous. I mean, think about how many vehicles out here are wasting pad and fuel going down the road, and they, most of their stopping power is just diminished. I don't want to be running down the road vehicles like that, do you? It's sick. It sickens me. All right, have a good day.